Are you your worst critic like I am? Last week, I gave a speech at my mother's funeral. It was supposed to be 5 minutes, but it ended up being almost 12 minutes. Now it's everything that I wanted to say. And I was the event planner for the funeral, and I broke my own rule of a time frame. So I went to bed that night with shame. Now, of course, I'm grieving, so there's a whole cocktail of emotions that's going on inside of me. But I felt a lot of shame. Shame that I didn't talk about things that was necessarily relatable to the audience. They were my own personal stories with my mom. Shame that I broke my own freaking rule and went way past my limit. Shame that I was long-winded and not a good public speaker. What the fuck? I'm at my mother's funeral pouring my heart out with my emotions and feelings, and I go to bed and feel shame for that? So then I had to lay there and do the work. Who said that there's a formula for speaking at your mother's funeral of what you should say? Also, as an event planner, I allotted buffer time in the speeches because this happens. And who says that my speech at my mother's funeral needed to resonate with anyone in that room besides me? And this is why we should never trust our thoughts, and we should always question our thoughts. Because once I questioned those thoughts, I was like, yeah, who says that? Who made up that rule? Guilt is when you feel bad for what you did. Shame is when you feel bad for who you are. And that's so fucked up that I felt bad for who I was as a person because of my speech about my mom. Isn't that crazy? So you are not your thoughts. You are the person listening to the thoughts coming in. The thoughts coming in are a product of your environment, of society, of things that people have said to us in the past, of movies we have watched. And we are the person, the conscious being inside of our mind, who reacts and takes action based on those thoughts. So really all I had to do was tell those thoughts to shut up, that those thoughts were immature, and I've grown past those thoughts. But it's a constant freaking struggle. But I'm constantly having to do this, okay? And I probably will for the rest of my life, because healing is a journey. There's no finish line. And I'm just so grateful that I have been doing the work all these years and learning these principles and taking the time to understand my thoughts and understand my feelings and put words to everything. Shame, guilt, fear, self-acceptance, thoughts versus my conscious self. That's what helped me work through my emotions at 2:00 in the morning when I woke up in a panic, feeling so much shame. And now I'm grateful and free from those stupid thoughts until they come again. And then I'll do the same thing I did last time. Kick them to the curb.